Hey everybody, welcome to Starbase Nerdtron. Today we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3. So spoiler warning, if you have not seen that episode yet, pause this video, go watch it, and come back here. Okay, so we have Din Djarin and Bo-Katan are now out of the waters of the mines of Mandalore. She saved him from the troll-like beasties and from getting drowned in the waters. And they go back to her planet that's also in the Mandalorian system, and they're suddenly attacked by TIE fighters. Why these TIE fighters are there, we don't know yet. They do destroy her stronghold there, so it's possible some Imperial remnant is also interested in Mandalore for some reason and wanted to get rid of her because they saw her as a threat. But we definitely are seeing some Imperials here, including the TIE Interceptors, which is one of my favorite ships from Return of the Jedi, so I was glad to see that. And also the TIE Bombers were great. And they go back to that conclave of Mandalorians, that had sent them on the quest, sent him on the quest in the first place. And he proves that he was back there. He gives the armorer the water that he had taken, and that demonstrates that yes, he was actually in the mines. And in an interesting twist, Bo-Katan is now also redeemed in their eyes because she went in the waters too. So even though she's not a member of the Way cult, she is, in their eyes, she has been redeemed for her sinful ways. And as long as she doesn't take her helmet off, she's accepted by them, which I thought it was a really cool and interesting twist. Because otherwise, the destruction of her home just felt kind of cheap. Now this is just a device to force her into the plot. But now they've actually brought her in there on that technicality, and that, to my mind, makes it really interesting to see how she's going to react to these, uber strict wayists in the Mandalorian society. So I thought that was really cool, because at first it looked dodgy. Of course they're going to blow up her thing, and now she has to come along. But now there's a real dynamic going there, so I love that. Most of the episode, though, seems to take place on Coruscant, and it has nothing to do with Din Djarin, which is kind of odd considering it's his show. But they tend to do that every once in a while in these new series on Disney Plus, which, for better or worse, they're advancing kind of a parallel plot. They did that in Obi-Wan, in Kenobi. They did that in Book of Boba Fett, where you have these episodes that are, tangential at best, but they still are in the Star Wars universe, and they're still happening at the same time. So at some point, you expect there to be some convergence. And basically, we're seeing this Dr. Pershing guy. He's the guy we had seen. I forget if it was in Mandalorian Season 2 or Book of Boba Fett, one of them, where he was basically an expert on cloning and genetic manipulation and stuff. So he has been rehabilitated because he was working for the Empire. That's right. He was in Book of Boba. He was in The Mandalorian Season 2 because he was working for Moff Gideon. Yes, that's right. That's why he wanted to capture Grogu. Got it. So now he has been rehabilitated and he's working for the New Republic, but it's under really strict conditions, and it's really setting up the New Republic to be not much better than the Empire was. They're in re-education camps, and then they're in these kind of halfway houses, and they have to wear uniforms with particular markings on them to show that they're part of this rehabilitation program, and they're not allowed to pursue what they want to do. They're given kind of make-work jobs that don't really, they're way overqualified for, at least in his case. And he has to go into this therapy session with a droid every week and talk about, do you resent anything and everything. So it really makes the New Republic not sound all that great. And I think that's very deliberate on their part. They want to make that ambiguity. In fact, one of the people that he finds at that reception at the beginning, he actually says, well, I can't really tell if this is the Empire or the New Republic. It doesn't, it's all the same. So, and I think that's the first time we've seen those kinds of indications that the New Republic might not be all as shiny and bright as it looks on the outside. So anyway, most of the plot revolves around him being basically courted by this person who was also working on the ship with Moff Gideon, the communications officer, Kane, and she basically convinces him to continue his genetic experiments, which means they have to steal a computer from a Star Destroyer that has been that is in the process of being decommissioned, and it's being stripped of all of its equipment and stuff. So they break into the Star Destroyer, they get the thing, and then she betrays him to the New Republic soldiers, the police. And it turns out that's what she's been trying to do all along, is just to entrap him and trick him into doing this so that she can prove her loyalty. But that's not what she's doing. Later on, when he's being super reconditioned in this mind control device, she stays behind, and the guy inexplicably leaves her in the control room. They basically say, if you turn up the power, you're going to lobotomize the guy. And then he leaves, and what does she do? She turns up the power because she's actually they don't say this in the episode, but this is my supposition. I think she's working for the Imperials still, and she wants to fry his brain so that the New Republic can't use his knowledge. Sort of like if the Empire can't have him, nobody will. So, I thought that was equal parts really, really cool that she had set him up on this long con, but then at the very end where the operator just says, okay, you can stay in the control room, I'll leave now, unless he was in on it, which is a possibility. But if that was the case, why wouldn't he just turn up the juice? I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But on the whole, I liked it. That was the one big plot hole I didn't like. It seemed very contrived at the end. But on the whole, loved this one. I liked the discursion on Coruscant. I thought it gave a good insight into the direction that the setting's heading. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Have you seen it? If so, let me know what you thought of the episode. And I will talk to you later.